Hi guys, Royce here from AQUASMITH, and in this video we'll talk about techniques for advanced level spearfishing. And in the previous videos I talked about intermediate and beginners, so if you guys watch that, this video will really be helpful. So yeah, let's get started on the advanced level. First on the list we have bottom hunting. So bottom hunting is really probably one of the best ways to land your fish, or to even entice it to come close, meaning make it more curious to come closer to you. So in the previous video I talked about how to properly lay down, and when you got that all dialed in, bottom hunting shouldn't be as difficult for you. So when you're bottom hunting, try and also remain as calm as possible. Blend in with the seafloor, blend in with the environment. Take your time in the bottom, no rush. When you see your fish that's curious enough, or it's getting more curious but it's still out of range, just remain calm. And if you're running out of breath, know your limits and surface back up. So yeah, the bottom hunting is probably one of the best ways to bring in your fish closer. And I say that because when you're in the bottom of the sea floor, and let's say you're done doing your descent, and let's say there's a fish far away, right? And it gets curious when it sees you going down, but once you lay in the bottom and you're completely still and waiting for it, it makes it curious. It'll wonder what was that, and it'll come in closer. And all you gotta do is just remain calm, play your cards right. If you can't wait any longer, of course, like I said earlier, if you can't do it, go back up and restart your dive. And also next on the list we have body language towards your fish. Now, for me, I think body language is everything when you're hunting underwater. So usually the last second when you're about to, let's say when you're about to surface, you take your last shot and you try to, charge or swim quick to close the gap on the fish. But that sometimes works. It's almost like the aguado technique, and we'll talk about that after this. So most of the time that doesn't work actually. When you're on your last breath and you're about to surface and you charge your fish, and that just displays that you're being too aggressive towards it, and it usually will get spooked and it won't come back. It'll just swim away, and of course you can swim faster than a fish, right? So yeah, body language is very important. That's why in the previous video, staying calm, taking your time before you do your duck dive, when you're doing your descent, staying calm is very important. And when you're in the bottom, of course you don't want to move around. Keep your fins tucked, keep your gun tucked, and those little things like moving too quickly, moving your gun left or to the right too quick, sticking it out too quick, those little things actually play a big role in body language. And it's basically trying to be as stealthy as possible. And when you get that right, most of the time the fish will come in closer for you to be in a good enough range to take your shot. So next we'll talk about the aguado technique. Now this is when you're laying down on the seafloor, right? And let's say it's kind of like moving through the seafloor while using the structure, the reef structure, the environment on the bottom to stay hidden. So when I'm laying down and there's a fish that, let's say, doesn't notice me, so he won't come in any closer. He's just minding his business, eating whatever he's eating, right? So, and I want to shoot it, but it's kind of far and he's not curious to come in, he's just minding his business. So the aguado technique is when you're laying down, you want to move slowly as possible. Grab the rocks in front of you. Try not to be in contact when you're moving in the bottom, because your wetsuit might get caught up in the coral heads or on the rocks. So yeah, try and picture like almost like how a snake moves when it's moving forward, right? Kind of the same thing with aguado technique, and basically it's just moving closer to your targeted fish while being hidden using the environment. So yeah, those are the couple of things we have rated for the advanced spearfishing level. And yeah, stay tuned for more. Thank you guys for watching.